Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to the Great Unicorn Hunt. As you know, we have conversations with different founders from very promising startups. Today, we are going to be in a conversation with Jeevan Varghese, founder of Joboy, with a very interesting tagline that says, Uncomplicate Life. And there's a very interesting Malayalam tagline that they have, which is Inni Enthanam Joboy. I think I got it right, but I'm going to defer it for later. But on that note, I'm going to start by welcoming Jeevan Varghese, founder of Joboy. Jeevan, a warm welcome to you to the Great Unicorn Hunt.
Thank you, Sachin. I mean, it's great to be here, and I think it's a great initiative that you've got. It's going to be very helpful for the startups and founders who kind of are confused about where next.
Sure.
So
Thank you
great.
so much. Thank you so much, Jeevan. So, like we discussed, let's jump into the rapid fire, section immediately. Very curious to hear from you, Jeevan. What exactly is the pain point that you guys are addressing or attacking?
So it's all our own experience. Everybody needs services. You have a home to take care of. You are busy with a lot of other things. What do you do when you need an electrician or a plumber or a cleaning service or a haircut at home? Because we've just been through the pandemic with all the lockdowns and everything. So what do you do in those cases? Where do you find the right people to do something? And that's I mean, simply put, that's the pain that Joboy is solving. But in a more wider sense, what we do is even much more than that, because we connect customers with everything local. There is a lot that e-commerce companies don't cover. So we have found opportunities in a lot of places where we can connect customers to experts locally.
Awesome. This is terrific. So, what exactly do you do? What is Joboy all about? What is the platform all about?
Basically, what we do is connect customers with experts locally. So it could be businesses, it could be individuals, it can be an electrician, it can be a hair salon or a cleaning service. We do delivery services, we connect you with doctors. So it's all about finding the right people, right experts, validating their experience, making sure that they're the right people, and then giving customers these experts at the time that the customer needs.
Very interesting. Very interesting. I was a little bit, curious about how do the customers come onto your platform, which I'm presuming they do by downloading the app, but also curious to know how the service providers or the experts, be it an electrician, be it a plumber, how do these guys, join the platform? What's your outreach format, if I may, ask you?
So we for the customers, we've got the website and the mobile applications. Both are easy to use. We keep trying to make the website as easy as the mobile application. Mobile application is always easier because you don't need to sign up every time. On a website, there are multiple things that you have to do. But we treat both in the same way. So the customer should be able to use our services without downloading the mobile application, even though that's preferred, because you get more options on the mobile application. Um, for the vendors, for the service partners, we have a team that reaches out to service partners. We also get a lot of references from our existing service partners who are happy with the way we are giving them these opportunities. There are customers who refer service partners. So it's been a mix of all this.
Sure. This is really terrific. Jeevan, a little bit, before you started Joboy, whenever I've interacted with you, you always are the quintessential accounts and finance guy. And investors love talking to somebody who understands numbers, financials, economics. A little bit more about what made you come into, creating this business.
Yeah, I mean, my career has been in finance, but beyond that, there's a lot of time that I spend in finance transformation, business transformation, and consulting. And I think that's where the energy to run into something like this, move into a startup. And because at the end of the day, what we're doing is transforming a process. Because there's been a broken process where a customer is trying to find a service provider, find an expert. The service provider is trying to get more customers, get more business, and make more money. So there was a broken process. It's very unorganized. And what we are doing is making it organized through the use of technology. And we're just changing the process. So in a way, we are transforming the process that's been there for a long time. Yeah.
Awesome. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about your co-founder, the team, the technology prowess that you have built that actually sort of powers Joboy?
Yeah, so my co-founder is Jees, who manages our technology. He comes from a background where he's worked with companies like NPCI. He has a lot of technology background and also that experience from the payments industry. So that's helped us a lot. Um, from a technology standpoint, we focus on making it easier for the customer, how easy it's for them. So everybody at any age group should be able to use our platform, and it should be easy for them. We don't want to put too much jargons in there. We don't want to put too many screens there, too many selectors in there. So it's very simple. When we compare ourselves with similar players in the same industry, where you have to probably go through 12 to 15 clicks on another platform. On Joboy, if you're a registered customer, you can book a service in about 6 clicks. So that's the difference. That because we always look at the platform from the customer's point of view. How easy can you make it for the customer? And then there is a personal touch where somebody gets in touch with the customer and makes sure that they're comfortable and they've given the right information. So it's more like having a personal assistant to take care of things for you.
Sure, got it. Curious to know because as you know, there are players in the field who already do something very similar on the way of becoming unicorns and beyond. Is there a space for one more Joboy, in this urban services marketplace space?
I believe so. It is a huge market. Our customer base is 7.8 billion. That's the whole population of the world. So everybody needs these services, and there are players. But no, there is still that market. There is still somebody who's yet to hit that right spot. So that's what we're looking at. Like I said, our technology is easier to use, and we've got a much larger plan for the future, because like I said, it's giving the customer a personal assistant. So there could be a much more than just services that, we've done that. We'll continue to explore new opportunities to give more to customers. So in terms of the market, it's really huge. It's global. This is an opportunity that's everybody across the globe needs. So I think many more players, but at the same time, we are really confident that with the technology, the business model that we have, it would be much easier for us to capture the market.
Sure. Jeevan, you started from Kochi. I believe you expanded in a lot of cities in and around Kochi, and then in India. And you are, as of now, working on building an international footprint, which is extremely remarkable for a startup that is bootstrapped and is, a very, very ambitious step. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about how it started with perhaps a single city operation, which all cities are you present in right now, and a little bit more about what has your international foray looked like? What are your plans over there?
Yeah, so when we started with the concept, it was all about a global platform. We didn't want to be regional, we didn't want to be local. We wanted to build a global platform. That's why the name, we wanted an easy to use name. Everybody should be able to pronounce it. We didn't want to make it too complicated, yeah, like you said, any Endinam Joboy, but the point is, it should be as easy as call Joboy. And I don't think people are going to find it difficult to pronounce that. We don't have very difficult words in that. It's simple Joboy. So that, the whole plan from the initial, from day one was that this is a global platform. So we started with the development our development team sits in Kochi in India. And so we started with the testing there because it is definitely a difficult market. It's a traditional market. So the experience has been great for us. So we took our time in defining the business model, the technology, and we kept trying it, making minute changes, fine tuning it. And now I think we've got the right platform. So then we slowly started expanding, because every market that you go into has got different dynamics, and we had to make sure that we've captured everything. So as of now, we are active in 7 cities in India, and we are looking at a total of 23 cities in the next 2 years. In addition to that, we launched our platform in UAE a year back, a year and a half back, and we've been picking up customers there. The way we look at this is because we've built a platform and people who look at it find it easy. So we've had a lot of response from people who want to partner with us. So all across the globe, from the US, from the Middle East, from the Far East, we've had inquiries from all over. And we've been very careful about choosing the partners. We've just gone live in Azerbaijan. And the first few customers have started transacting, and it's been an excellent welcome for us there. We found a really good partner to get the work done for us. We're also going live in Canada soon because we've had a few hiccups with Corona and then the emergency and the lockdowns and everything in Canada, but then we're almost ready there. So and then we are also looking at other markets. So wherever we can go on our own, we'll get there soon. And wherever we can go with the partner, we'll look for the right partners and launch.
Yeah, this makes a lot of sense, because if you have very strong partners internationally who want to sort of almost be an extension of your company, or franchisee for your company, you are that much more sort of in a comfortable space in terms of having a local execution arm. Absolutely makes a lot of sense. Great.
Yeah.
A little bit of a jargon, a little bit about TAM, your SAM, your customer acquisition cost, CAC. Jeevan, if you don't mind sharing.
Yeah, like I said, the target market is 7.8 billion people. So yeah, it's almost everybody. But since it's a household activity that we're doing, everybody in a house wouldn't need these. So we're looking at about 20% of the total population in any country as our serviceable market. So so globally, that's probably around 1.2 billion households. And then even within that, we'll let competition and some of those people who may not be able to afford some of these services, because there is a specific community that we'll definitely be looking at. So we will still have 1 billion market there, so waiting for us. So it's a huge market. And like I said, even if we have, we kind of like competition because it gives us more visibility. People get used to it. The only competition that we don't like is, when somebody comes in, just spends a few months and then kind of destroys the market and goes out. That's the only problem. Otherwise, we've been very happy with competition.
Very true. Jeevan, a question that's very specific and very peculiar to the space you are in is, the person you send out to repair or execute a certain service sometimes has the tendency to kind of gobble that lead, leave his own visiting card saying, you know what, next time you don't have to go through this company, Joboy, you could actually ping me directly, which is so sort of prevalent and peculiar to your space. But when we were talking earlier, you mentioned the repeat regular customers, which is a very healthy number. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about what you have experienced in terms of the consumer behavior, especially the repeat customers? That would be interesting for our viewers, I'm sure.
Yeah, there are a number of things that work against that, because we've always looked at this leak, what we call as a leak, so there is an opportunity that once we send somebody to a customer, there's a chance that they're going to work together, and they say, okay, let's get Joboy out. Three things. One, we're building lot of commitment from the vendors compared to our competition or what's been the practice. So there is a lot of commitment from the vendors. I mean, we've come out with a package where the vendor gets benefited by onboarding a customer. So that's happening today. Then there are vendors, there is an electrician who made 85,000 rupees INR in a month. That's quite a lot of money for an electrician. So they are definitely going to come back to us. The third thing, for a customer, when this happens, they came to Joboy because they've had the pain, because they had to wait for somebody, make multiple calls, wait for the guy, and finally he turns up and you pay him whatever. It's going to be the same cycle. Even if you have somebody's number, it's going to be the same cycle. You're going to call him up and he'll say, I'll come tomorrow or day after. And then day after tomorrow, he's going to tell you, sorry, I had something else because my, something else urgent came up. So I'll come the next day. And it's the same cycle. So you would end up with Joboy at the end of the day.
True. Very true. You have been somebody who has been very meticulous in terms of your analytics and actually tracking the repeat customers, saying that if you originated in month zero, what was the kind of percentage of customers that kept coming back? Would you mind sharing some of those numbers, which I thought were an extremely important piece of the analytics and the way you monitor your business?
Definitely, I will. So I think that's been one of the strongest parameters that we look at when we look at the success of our business, why we do it good. As of now, we've got a more than 50% customer return rate. I think for the industry, that's great because from the analysis that I've read in various places, for the services industry, it's a 30% return rate. So we're doing more than 50 every month, which is really good. And there's been definitely great feedback from customers. If you went on the web and look for the feedback about Joboy on the platform and on public platforms, people come back and say Joboy is a lifesaver. I mean, what else would you call it when you ask for an electrician or a plumber in an urgent situation, and you get the plumber or electrician to turn up at your house within 8 minutes? So that's happened, and we have many instances where an electrician or a plumber will be at your home within 30 minutes. So that's the promise that we give. And if we give that kind of service without the customer having to make too many calls and they know what they're going to be charged, if you give that kind of service and make sure and add a warranty on top of that, I don't think any customer is not going to like it.
Agreed. Jeevan, what are some of the upsides you envisage in a very logical context, the market size, number of cities, etc., all of that, or perhaps the upsides in your wildest dreams?
Yeah, so basically, a platform like us, a business like us would look at large cities. We, as a business, are we looking at the whole world? So that's the wildest dream. So Joboy should be everywhere. And that's probably, we want to be the largest company in this field. We want to be the Amazon, or just to take an example. So that's the wildest dream. And you reach for the stars, and you'll definitely reach somewhere. So that's but realistically, I think with the business model that we have, with the kind of feedback from our customers, we could be one of the largest players in this industry, and that's definitely something that we'll work towards.
Absolutely. In fact, for our viewers, I must share that in one of our LinkedIn posts, we have already declared that Joboy is going to be a unicorn by 2024 or 2025. In fact, Jeevan had an interesting reaction to that post. He said, no, I don't think we are going to wait till then. But we know for sure that this is one of those startups that holds a lot of promise. And Jeevan, we do hope, very sincerely, that you get, spotted and hunted, very soon. Any wrap-up message for the viewers, Jeevan, from your side?
Oh, I don't want to sell Joboy, but
Oh, please go ahead if you'd like. You could say Inni and Dhinam Joboy. again, if you like.
Yeah, so I'll simplify that because I think, like I said, we're looking at a global customer base. So
Sure.
Joboy for everything.
Joboy for everything. Awesome.
That's
It's a
what it
very
is.
nice way to put that. Sorry, please go ahead. Joboy for everything is a really catchy
Yeah,
phrase for sure.
yeah. So we do something that's definitely required. It comes from our experience, and we've tried to simplify what we could, the best way we could using our experience. We've got a great technology platform, and we've got very dream kind of long-term plan, so it like there is so much that we have to. When we started with Joboy, this was the first super app, because we were giving services, we had ticket booking, we had events, we had deals, we had payments on our platform, we were selling cakes and bouquets and other products. So we were one of the first super apps in India, and we will continue to carry on with that legacy. So definitely there is more waiting.
Sure. Terrific. On that note, we can conclude our video interaction. Jeevan, best of luck, best wishes to you and to the entire team at Joboy.
Thank you, and the same to you. I know it's a great initiative, and I hope you do really well and save a lot of startups from the initial hiccups.
Thank you so much, Jeevan. See you soon.
Okay, see you.